Hello and welcome, Counter-Strike fans. It is the final day of Week 3 here at ECS Season 7, and we're coming to you live from Santa Monica, California. And I will be joined by the usual suspects, James Bardolph and The Bears. I don't have any fancy nicknames for you, as Henry did, but we'll have to just roll with that.
Just keep it simple, Dan.
How are you
Keep it
guys
simple.
doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm good. I'm good. I have my abacus. Thank you, people.
So you know how to use that? Because I have no idea how to use one of those things.
I don't know. It does have a manual.
Is it in English?
I think it might be. So I'll look at that. This is a Chinese abacus. The fundamental operate. Let's have a top-down camera. Let's go. The fundamental operations in bead arithmetic. How to use the Chinese abacus. Let's go to page 1, shall we? Oh, that's a lot of text, man.
It's a lot of text.
I can't actually read, so. Oh, this picture's sick.
You can't read.
All right, I'm back. Of course I can read. Oh, look, there's okay. We'll get to this. We'll get back to that.
Do some research.
Yeah. I'll let you guys know how to do this once we've got more time. But it's time for Counter-Strike right now, Dan, isn't it?
Firstly, I just want to note that your friends, are they doing better now, James? You're not wearing the all my friends are dead shirt. That's quite a statement.
My friends are
yes,
back.
I didn't know how to feel about that.
My friends are back. They took a break, but they're back now.
Back like Tupac.
They're back.
Back from the dead.
Maybe, quite possibly.
Tupac.
241 days since we could draw them out.
All right.
So when are they going to change
just leaving a slight pause there. Just giving it some space.
I want to know. I'm like, why don't they fix it? Why
I
don't they
know.
change it? What are they doing to us?
I sent them an email about it to at least 3 of the devs.
Did any of them reply?
They know about all of this. They are very aware about all of this. I actually sent them. I sent one of them some bugs. There was a weird thing on Danger Zone where there was a particular pier where when you broke the box open, because of the debris of the box, you couldn't actually pick up the pistol, which they fixed in a recent update. But they replied to my bug list and said they would forward it to the relevant people and said, I assume the rest of the game is perfect. So I'm being trolled. I'm being trolled by the developers, although I didn't just ask for us to be able to draw them out. I said, like, let's say 3 of us are playing together, and let's say, like, you want to call a strat and you draw on a map and everyone else sees it. Like, how sick would that be?
That'd be amazing.
Right? So I hope that is the kind of thing that they are doing. But the problem is they have their own list of priorities, right? And maybe it's just not high enough, which is why
like CS:GO
we'll continue. That's why we have a counter, rather. It is technically a clock as well.
Maybe it's like they're waiting for Source 2 or something. Or they're going to do it in Source 2. And it's going to be one of the fancy new selling points of Source 2.
That could be like 10 years from now, Dan. I'm going to have 10 years. All right, I want it now. I want it today, tomorrow. Right. Let's have it.
Well, today we have our finals for the Week 3, and we'll find out who will be going to LAN. It's the last week which you can qualify. Let's check out the format very briefly. You guys are pretty used to the drill by now. But yes, it is indeed the last week in which you can qualify just by winning through the single elimination best of 3 brackets. And after this point, it's going to be about the cash that you've accrued through the various placements in the various weeks that you have participated in previously in the first 3 weeks, I suppose. So we'll see now the brackets, and we'll move on to a discussion about the results, because I feel like this is the only thing I could have foreseen differently for me personally is that a Vanguard would have beaten Optic. I feel like I feel like there's a world where that should have happened, but the config X Factor really pulled through for the day.
And MSL. Remember, MSL is the one who got all those picks on the last map, those entry kills every single round to kind of uplift Optic, because in the first couple maps against the Vanguard, MSL was always on the bottom, kind of not having a big impact with his AWP. But again, we've seen 2 matches where MSL is considered the worst AWPer, you know, by a lot of people, but he still managed to beat Kenny, beat Jamie. Now he has to face good old ZywOo.
It's quite a challenge. And you were here yesterday, James, to witness the Valiance Vitality matchup, and it shows 0-2. Is that as simple as the story is?
I think it was. Well, I mean, I don't think it was the first time I saw Valiance, so it was a good showing from them. But I think Vitality, you would expect them to be the stronger team. They did turn out to be. So I don't think there's anything untoward going on there.
Right, well, Optic and Vitality. That will be the matchup that we will be looking at today, the best of 3, and this should be a really exciting one. I think that Optic have shown us that there's a lot going on there. As you said, like I think one of the biggest like swing points for me is MSL's performances because they've been a little bit lackluster, but overall they have some good firepower on the team, some good strategy, some good structure. Obviously, is what we come to expect. But Vitality, they're pretty strong themselves. Are you guys happy with the Vitality story as it's been progressing? I mean, we
like it.
I feel like we have a lot of baggage when it comes to these French teams by this point.
I enjoyed what we saw from them in that match. I enjoyed the coordination. I think that I saw market improvement. It wasn't always perfect, but overall I would say that I saw market improvement from the team, and they looked like a solid, fluid unit, and that's fantastic. They didn't look just completely reliant on ZywOo in that match. Of course, they have got tougher opposition to come, which will be more tests, and we can have a better idea of where they are.
All right, well, let's talk about the tickets very quickly then, because I want to get into seeing where the map veto is, but not time for that just yet. So go to ECS.faceit.com and check out all the details on the tickets for the ECS Season 7 finals. Now, you may want to, maybe you don't want to go to the checkout just yet, but maybe you want to get that order in there because maybe you're a Vitality fan, maybe you're an Optic fan, you don't quite know which way that one's going to go just yet. But by the end of the show, we'll remind you again, because of course, I think usually the event like sells out. We have a full house pretty much most of the time.
Dan, I think we can do better at selling these tickets.
All right, go ahead.
What you just said is like put it in your basket, but don't check out.
Well, I mean, or in a specific context,
buy the damn tickets.
If you're a Vitality fan or whatever,
just buy the tickets, regardless of who wins. Be a part of something, Dan.
That's true.
Be a part of something.
Yeah.
It's good to belong with the tribe of ECS. Come to London.
I like that.
You have to give me some
some
salesmanship lessons because I know that you did some selling effectively in the previous life.
I did.
In commercial real estate.
I was an award-winning salesman.
Yeah. What was your strategy? Were you aggressive or were you very empathetic? What was your angle?
You've got to be a good reader of people. You've got to find a way to communicate.
Intimidation.
You need to understand, okay, like if it's an emotional purchase or a non-emotional purchase, like a business purchase, then you have to have the right approach, basically. There's lots to learn. I'll tell you about it, Dan, once I've got through the fundamental operations in bead arithmetic. Okay, there's quite a few pages here.
I'm going to ask you, did you have a move? Because, for example, sometimes in the sales world, you might take a client to a dinner, right? Or you might try to like...
Oh, well, I had a move if they were...
Okay, well, okay. All right, I can see that we should be moving swiftly on it. So we're going to break out.
Look. My favorite clients, right, were lovely women. Okay, but there was a balance. There was a balance. But well, clients are the people that I'm shifting property for. But a lot of these like people with big companies would have like PAs or something I talk to or whatever. So with the people on the ground, I would send them champagne after buying or renting a property. All my clients would get a bottle of champagne. And if I knew something more about them, then I might give them something extra. Purely because that's at the end of the thing as well, rather than like just goodbye or whatever. It just leaves you with a good reputation, man. Lots of recommendations. That phone, people on the blower, that phone call just popping off.
There's Yelp reviews.
But I think I'm a giant human being.
You are.
Dressed in a nice suit, well spoken. It takes people by surprise. So,
all right, well, let's see if this map veto takes us by surprise.
About personality, damn it.
Optic versus Vitality. There's a lot of firepower on both teams. Cash has been dropped straight away. Probably a smart move against the French. And I don't know where you can really play against ZywOo and feel super confident. He can take over games by himself. But we'll see Inferno, Overpass, and Nuke. Ooh. So a pretty interesting one. I think Inferno is a good start against Vitality for Optic. We'll have to see how this one goes. And I suppose predictions is the next portion here, the next segment. And I think I'm going to go with Vitality myself. But I feel like I'm on the fence. I feel like it's a difficult one to predict.
Where are you going?
I'm on the fence too, but I'm going to go with Optic this time around. Because we show again, they beat G2, they beat Vanguard. Just the way MSL's handling, like, they were somehow beating the better Opera, the better team. So, I mean, maybe they have a game plan against Vitality, against ZywOo. Who knows?
I haven't seen Optic this week, so I'm going to pick Vitality because I have seen them and I liked what I saw. Again, I keep going on about the organization. It looks promising. So, I'm going to pick them based on what I know versus what I don't know.
And Mr. Sleggy, where you at?
I'm going to go with Vitality. They look pretty on form.
All right. They look pretty on form.
It's a big thumbs up for you. Giant hand with a big thumbs up.
Well, let's see what the people said. What's the people saying? All right, well, okay, 66% for Vitality.
I feel like in terms of brand, Optic have had a lot of people in and out the doors. So in terms of the people at home, a lot of it's going to be like patriotism, the French crowd and so on, but I just think like there's more of a brand amongst the players on Vitality as well, so this might not be like the best indicator as to where the match might actually go.
I agree. I think it's going to be a really close one, and there are the odds, so if you are an Optic fan, you think that everybody else is wrong. And I think there is a very realistic possibility that Optic could absolutely take down Vitality. Because Vitality, we said it yesterday, there is this element of Vitality where they can be maybe a bit streaky here or there. They can have a really bad half or a really bad map. They're not an Astralis yet with the level of consistency that they have across the board. So definitely some check out the Pinnacle.com website and get
Those
on
odds
there.
are juicy.
Official sponsor of ECS Season 7.
Juicy odds at Pinnacle.
All right, so
Full of juice.
So it looks like we'll be going into the game, James. After this,
I want to be like you.
This segment of Simon Says.
We all want to be like you, Dan. It's okay. We appreciate you. I do.
Oh god, Refresh is being appreciated with some grenades. That's some good damage though, and so will NiKo. They're getting stopped at the half wall. NiKo doing his best Gandalf impression, but they will pass in towards that B-bomb site. And it's Snappy. There's a rotation in really fast here. Optic looking kind of good actually. Oh, they're going to go back here towards A. Oh! That's actually such a smart way to play this.
Man like NBK. All right, then. They can make their way...
Oh, they're doing it again.
It's pretty cool because there's a fair chance you're 3v1. And they'll take that. Everything goes quiet. MSL makes its way towards top mid. Snappy with the off angle. Does he go for a peek? No, he does. He sees one. He's got to assume that the rest are there. He can't get the headshot. And MSL has quite the task ahead of him. Doable. It is a pistol round, so it's a lot more doable than it would otherwise be. Alex spots him, falls back. He wants to guarantee the crossfire. He wants to allow his teammates to engage at a point where MSL has no cover and he'll have to face two players at the same time. It's beautiful. This is Counter-Strike. He spots a shoulder. He sees a little jiggle. He's looking for those trade trackers, but he's got to go deeper. He will not be allowed.
Man, Vitality played that so well in that 3-on-2 situation, faking it, coming back, having that kill on config, and then coming back to B, and then in the post plant, just beautiful teamwork, as you said. Waiting for the crossfires, peeking together, textbook CS. You just love to see that in the first round of the first match.
Yeah, absolutely, and we get triple Mac 10 here, so they are likely going to be going quite quickly. Will it be Banana or will it be the A arch wrap? That's, you know, the two very common strats. Looks like Banana. They'll. Oh god, that's actually enormous damage. And if you consider that there are Deagles and CZs and 5-7s on the playing field, this is very scary. Vitality, it's looking like they may just, especially with that damage, they may just decide to go in towards B here. And Apex will get the first entry. My god, these grenades are doing so much damage. Excellent work by Optic, despite losing Snappy. You know what? This is so winnable for them. I actually favor Optic, I feel like now, because one bullet is all it takes to kill 3 players. That's so scary. They have the utility. Looks like they are thinking of just going and shipping it all in on B.
Slowly creeping forward. So many angles to check. Above the barrels, the fountain, the new box, the emo spot. Alright. More damage could have been done, but everyone's out of position now.
Oh, they have no idea how much damage the nades did. They have no idea.
Full armor and these pistols, so it's very likely they all hold on to what they have, or at least reposition for some exit frags.
It was so close. They were so close.
Yeah, that would be if there's like, as Zoe was going in with the Mac 10, if there was a 1 Deeg there, that's like so catastrophic. Because Alex is the only other player that had HP, and he was the second guy in. I think they would have 2v1'd him effectively.
Yeah, it's also been interesting. You having the person with the most HP go in second, and it kind of helped Vitality out because Optic, you know, they did do a little bit damage of Alex. If one of those other people with really low HP swung instead, they would have been dead, and maybe even more multi-kills could have happened from it. So, very good little.
Optic will never know how close they were.
I think we should do a fitness challenge today, Dan. For every nade kill, let's do 10 push-ups. I want to see it. I want to see nade kills.
I just came back from the gym, so.
That's me. I'll do it. I'll do 10 push-ups.
on those dips.
So only do 6 max nade kills, please.
Okay, well, it is Inferno, so we'll see, you know, we'll see how that goes for you.
I loved how many HEs we saw in a pistol round.
Yeah.
That was really cool. From both sides on Banana. I would like to see more of that. A nice funnel. It's interesting, I think the science of the human mind on a map such as Inferno, like if you're playing a pug with non-professionals, for example, I think there's other examples on different maps, but I'll take Inferno for now. People seem to gravitate towards the simplest path. So often if you're playing a pug on Inferno, right, you'll have like 3 or even 4 of your team will all go Banana. Because I feel like there's the least thinking required. It's just one funnel. You go to the other end, you peek, you know, and it's really simple. So considering how little map control you have, like that doesn't often come into question, and everyone just kind of goes the same way, where max you would want 2 people once you secured. But I feel like there's some kind of weird human thing that makes people do that, and I really wonder what it is.
Laziness. Mental
There's
laziness.
got to be some proper science behind it. What's another example? I can't think right now.
People like to take the easy way out. That's how it is. You think that it'd be satisfying, be able to throw 3 pop flashes and have your teammates run through middle where the whole other team's blind, but no.
But I feel like after playing Inferno for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, it's always, you see the same thing with so many different groups of people. So considering the sample size, I find it fascinating. It also is annoying, but I find it more fascinating than annoying.
It also does kind of Banana on Inferno is a very important choke point and map that you have to control. And generally, I think people like to go towards that important choke point of the map, like middle on Mirage, Banana, Inferno. Long and Dust 2 is going to be a really easy, important choke point to take.
Ooh, did he spot him? Looks like somebody spotted MBK. And I don't know how he wins that one. Config gets annihilated by RPK, who also is able to move up very closely. And just like that, what an explosive finish that was.
That looks like a completely suicidal play. Standing in a choke point, in a smoke, spraying. I don't know how he survived that. That's absolutely crazy. And they just wipe everybody out. And Optic are not off to the races just yet. That was definitely a false start. What a weird way for Vitality to can open a round.
He's on the wrong res. In graphics settings, maybe you would have saw the gun if he's on a different res. Who knows? Vitality. They're going to run away with all 5 players still left alive. That's actually pretty huge on a gun round, having all 5 people still alive. Makes you feel good inside, doesn't it, Dan? Nice and warm.
I feel like, you know, if we consider a few things like that, how that was a very crushing round for Optic, but in reality, I feel like MBK probably dies a lot of that time, a lot of those times, as opposed to getting 2 instant entries.
Should have.
And if he dies straight away, Config isn't pulling out a nade to throw there, and he doesn't get sort of drive-by'd by the MAC-10. I'm pretty confident. Most of the time, at least. So it's such a different round, and so you know, so many marginal situations. If you look at the second round force by with the HEs of Optic as well, how much potential was there also. You know, I feel like Vitality have dodged a lot of bullets, and they're playing well too. But I feel like this could be quite a different start. So it's really nice for them. You know, it happens in Counter-Strike. Sometimes, you know, things go your way for a few rounds, and we'll see how much Vitality can build from this. It is, and we'll get MSL on the AWP finally. He doesn't have much for any utility, but the rest of his teammates will, and they can play a different style. Now MSL's on the AWP. He's actually going to go for... Is he going to go deep on mid or just... Okay, yeah, to the top of T-Pit, but not further.
Smart, but Zyru was posted up, so MSL. Spiders... Oh my goodness, that's 10 push-ups for me right there.
Nice. That's good stuff there. I like that. I was going to make a point about sometimes people use mollies where they should be using HE grenades, and that's a good example sometimes. Spray working out really well for Config. Great fadeaway shot to RPK as well. And now it's just 3 left for Vitality. That said, they do have top Banana control, and they have a utility, a good portion of utility remaining. 3 smokes, in fact. So that's fairly ideal, all things considered. And that's coffin smoke, I think. Oh, there's the CT smoke. Okay. I didn't know some of my smokes on Inferno.
There you go. You learned something new today. That's what's important, Dan. It's not what you knew, it's what you're learning, okay?
Yeah.
You see the smoke is trying to bait any utility. Zyru, I think he does spot the person in coffins, so.
Great defensive smoke from the CTs. So stifling for the T side. You can see they're trying to make it play through it by smoking CT, but it's an unfavorable peek into Snappy. Great flashback coming out there to ensure Config can handle this situation. MBK last man standing, 15 HP. This surely will go to Optic at this point. Nice pick though from MBK. Looking for the next rotation. He's not got too much time left. He knows one has to be in construction. Oh, that was so close. If he picks up that kill, who knows? He's going to fake it here. And beautiful stuff there from MBK. Config really banking on the fact that perhaps MBK just has to plant because he's got no time, and that gamble will pay off massively here for NBK. He's absolutely on for this clutch. The third kill, no! NiKo finds it over the smoke, around the smoke. But great effort from MBK. He made that very painful on his opponent's economy, and he got the bomb down, which is going to help Vitality out a lot as well.
Yeah, Vitality getting that, almost winning the round is pretty impressive in itself, and a little poor teamwork by Optic. You saw Config kind of wide swing by himself without waiting for his teammate who was in spawn, and it's hard to, like, you have to play together on this level, obviously, and if you just want to limit the damage that you want to do, and I mean, Vitality did a good job. MBK got the bomb down, got some kills, made it really expensive. Let's do better, Optic. Let's do better.
So going deep here on Banana. Big commitments. Looking for the shot. He'll find it off the peak. He's going to be traded out though. So you wonder how, was that worth it? It's hard to say. They do have Banana controls, so that will allow Refresh to split off over towards the A site to reinforce it. But Vitality might beat out the rotation because they're so fast. This is perfect timing. Before Refresh gets there, they are already through the arch. They know that he should be lurking in that position, and he'll pop through as they line up for NiKo, but he can't find it. MBK's been really fast on the headshots today. He's 10 for 2 actually already. And bomb goes down. So Vitality, they're outmaneuvering Optic pretty effectively here.
Yeah, that was a great call by Vitality to do a fast wrap, completely catching Config and cutting off the rotation from Refresh. That was brilliant.
Understanding the rotation game.
It's very important.
So I really like it when you see CTs invest, like when you see, a situation where like Rawper on the CT side going so deep on Banana. I think it is such a big tell for the T side. Look, there is a heavy investment towards Banana. There's a pretty strong possibility they started the round with 3 players there. So if you respond with a fast timing up towards middle, you can punish that and outmaneuver them. And that's exactly how that just went. And I'm glad that we see teams doing that more, because it was always very frustrating from our perspective. You see a team starting with 3 on Banana every round, and there's never a fast mid play that is there to punish that.
I think also one of the tells was with MSL, who got the kill. And you know that MSL plays A a lot on this map. So once they see that kill in B from MSL, they have to think, is it possibly there's 3 people B, or that there's no AWP on the archway, most likely.
Yeah.
And so the correct call from Vitality, just get that timing.
That's just good. It's one of the reasons why you see deep incendiaries from top mid at the beginning of rounds as well, is that it prevents a fast rush timing generally unless they smoke it. And then, MSL with the peak. Finding RPK just sitting out there in an off angle, looking to catch MSL, but MSL's too quick. Good start from him. This AWP. And look at all this pressure. They get a kill into RPK. Now the mind games. Does MSL rotate the AWP, or does he stay on the B-bomb site? Do Vitality say, you know what, screw it, we don't want to play the gambling game. We'll just go into B with our utility, do a set piece. They've only got 1 smoke though, so.
Yeah, but they have a lot of Molotovs to clear out any you know, nooks and crannies. But right now, I don't think they're going to go with B. And Apex, though, catching Refresh out, trying to find information outside B. And this is going to slow down the rotation of Optic. Having them force a play here, as you see on the radar, they're going to push through Banana.
I love this. Just confirming things consistently. Like, again, the thing that we never used to see nearly as much, teams just on the CT side of Inferno looking for that information. It's hard to do, but you got to know what's going on. That's a great shot from NiKo. We know he loves the Deagle, and Config, we know he loves just murdering everyone, but it will not be that case this time around, as the bomb will be planted on the A sites. However, AK coming out from Snap, he's got armor as well, and a Molotov, and a flash. MSO with an AWP, so 2v3. They don't have a... Oh, they do have a kit, actually. So there is definitely play to be had here for Optic. Very difficult round to win.
Yeah, with the time running down, though, I don't think they're going to be going for it, because Snappy is just hiding right here, taking his time. MSL just posting a mail. Now, MSL, I would like for you to play a little safer. You're saving your gun. It doesn't matter too much to get kills. Obviously, you want to get kills, but so much money on the T side. AWP is way more valuable to save than getting any one kill, especially in this round when it's already over.
Just a quick note for those tuned in. There is a... Triggered. There is a sound issue with the stream at the moment, which is being worked on, so we are aware of it. But please keep up the spam. I can see it across the room. Spam this bay to fix the delay. The more bays in the chat, maybe the more, maybe it helps. Maybe we'll kind of hulk up like Captain Planet or something.
Do we sound like robots?
Oh boy, you won't expect a second player in that short position. However, MSL, he's had to unscope, so his life will be made a little bit more difficult. But he catches him with a grenade in his hand. He heard it being thrown. He knew that was his opportunity. Couldn't really be punished for the scope in, and he has position.
Working pit now with that AWP is pretty enjoyable position to be playing. You feel very strong, I think. With all the cover that you have, they have to use utility to force you out, and that's part of the strength of that position. It's such a strong spot to delay your opponents. And Vitality are looking to burst towards that A bomb site through the porch area, and got some reinforcements coming in. Refreshes found his way to the bomb boxes, and there we go. Oh, swapping out for the AK. That's not the time for that. Refresh will get a double to make it into a 1 versus 1. It's RPK versus Snappy. Both players with a decent amount of utility, the kit on Snappy as well. So much needed round. And Snappy, he's a very smart player, and he is very clutch.
RPK, which way is he looking? He's looking the wrong way. It'll be a free one. Required a few more bullets, but that is the second round on the board for Optic. Only one player will survive, though, and that is definitely something to consider with the rounds to come. Obviously, the way the loss bonus is now will make a difference.
Can I just make the point very quickly? Guardian would not be dropping the AWP.
No, he won't be dropping the AWP. He will not be dropping off, and the timing.
It just tells me that MSL's not confident, because he suddenly has this moment of doubt. It's like, oh god, maybe I should have a rifle instead of the AWP.
Look like a panic play.
Simple's not doing that. Like, you know, dedicated AWPers don't really do that, I would say, right?
They don't. They don't.
If you can do the job with the AWP.
Well, at least not tossing it as the execute's happening, you know?
Yeah.
You know, maybe you feel like you want a rifle in a one-on-one situation, cool. But
it shows a lack of confidence.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Lack of confidence is the word to put it.
Lack of defenders towards the B bomb site. MSL, though, will have the Molotov to stop a trade frag from happening after that kill onto RPK. Apex loses half his health.
Was that a combo with the wallbang of the AWP? Nice.
Also, it's another nade kill. I'm up to 20 push-ups now.
Are you regretting this yet?
No,
so
it's going to force myself to start doing a lot more push-ups. So, you know, guys, I'm chipping away at the old block.
I only lift forks. Vitality just Apex just dropped a bomb on a Banana. Now, dropping the bomb, I'm pretty sure makes the same sound as dropping a weapon. So I don't know what Optic can read into this, but it's not very often you will hear the bomb being thrown on the floor so close to a site. And maybe that keeps two of these players here. MSL taken out, Apex looking around the barrels, but surely you won't expect Snappy to be in a position like that. Bomb not spotted on the radar. So he makes his way towards the A site, where a second Optic player will go to as well.
Oh, that could be a good one. Just shy of Zau. Again, such a strong position, 30 seconds, just make yourself off. It's so hard now to deal with NiKo, but they will get the spray. So tails them straight away. But you can see another defensive smoke there from Config. How do you plant the bomb? 20 seconds to go. You've got to solve this somehow. The Molotov will miss completely. Snappy is swinging through the arch now, and Config just has to stay alive for a moment longer. So we will find him though, and now it's up to Snappy to save it again. Now, this is very, very difficult to figure out exactly the right way to play this one. He does have a kit, but he needs fast headshots with this AK-47. And that peek from Pitts, very difficult to deal with. He delays so much time, and so another excellent headshot from him.
It's a really smart play by ZywOo to, you know, time was running low. There was like 15 seconds left on the clock, but ZywOo patiently hopped up onto the wall, up into graveyard area, and taking out, I think it was Config in the site, just sitting up on that. I guess I call it Cold Zero spot. I don't know what you guys call that.
Which one?
You know, when you're in the site on that box in that corner?
Yeah.
What do you guys call that spot? I call it Cold Zero.
On the box.
Yeah. On the box.
Just call it on the box.
He's on the box. Yeah, so
the problem is, like, I don't know a call for it that anybody else, like random people, recognize. So I just call it on the box. I'm always playing with random people in Mythic League. Fast execute towards the A bomb site, it seems. Great cover from Apex, saving NBK's bacon. And you see the smokes are down. Always good to spray through the smoke. You can get so much out of it. Alex hasn't quite cleared the balcony just yet, but he's on the way to doing so. NiKo only gets the 1 kill out of it. 4 versus 2, 2 pistols. It is a NiKo round for Optic, and I think the worst is over for Vitality.
Yeah, Vitality looking really good, really solid on their teamwork and timing, and executes on their calls. It's very crisp, fast, and it's the right call. Optic, on the other hand, looking really slow, sloppy. Unfortunately, just not as crisp as we saw them the last couple days. You know, we did see periods of time where Optic would lull in their gameplay, but it's always frustrating to see that they're starting off slow. It's like, seems like a recurring theme. They start slow and then they kind of come back a little bit.
Oh, they're trying to blow the gun back, maybe? Or are they actually trying to throw that at Snappy? Because Snappy wants that bomb to shuffle the gun towards him so he can save it. Oh, he's too close. That's hilarious. It's actually so funny. Okay, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but into the next round, and Optic have plenty of cash to buy up everything they need, and the AWP will come out for MSL again. It's actually only on 4 kills so far. I feel like he's been in a lot of action positions, so that's a shame. We'll see if he can get more action in this round. We saw him go for early second mid peaks. We saw him go for banana, pretty deep banana plays beyond the half wall as well. So, getting aggressive, I think it's really good. It would be cool to even see him just go into the apartments and try to catch a lurk, but they'll go for a mid play here as Config watches second mids. MSL will cover him from bottom mid, and it's worked out pretty well. There you go. That's how you want it to go. 4 versus 2 right at the start. However, ZywOo and Alex left. They are scary. They're very scary. They definitely have the ability to make this uncomfortable.
They'll do their best. Even if they don't win the round, the damage is very important for Vitality. So there are multiple goals, different tier goals. It's like a, what do you call those?
Kickstarter?
Stretch goals, stretch goals. So
what's a stretch
the main goal, the main fundraiser is doing some damage. The stretch goal, if they achieve that, is to win the round. Okay. So it's like if you could do a Kickstarter for, I don't know.
So it's a stretch to win it.
Yeah. Okay. It's more than, it's beyond the initial goal. So there's a new initial goal, which is, let's make it expensive. And the stretch goal, if you can get that far, if we can make it there, boys, is to win the round.
I learned something new today. Thank you.
It's like the International. Have you watched the International? Oh, either way, it's like no stretch goals will likely be achieved here. Also, actually, goodbye. MSL.
Roasted.
Burnt to a crisp. I wonder if that AWP will be recovered, because they don't have the best money here. So that is absolutely an important factor. As I was still on to try to win this round somehow. He's made some stepping. Ooh, able to bunny his way around, but that will be that. And they're running for the AWP.
Got it.
Just about. But yeah, with the International, they have it so that you're just like raising money. And they're like, oh yeah, if we get to X million, okay, now you get this. If you get to X million. Now you get this.
If we get to this, maybe we can draw on the map.
Yeah. Right, so 8-3, or 3-8, I should say, as Optic pick up another round. But everything has really been so much of a struggle. It was off the back of that mid-aggression, where they really took the initiative hard. They've struggled to get a lot of value out of their banana aggressions, which is unfortunate. And you can see this time Optic will be opting to go through the apartments to find an edge, and they may get it because a quick push from NBK is going to be caught off guard by Config, although it's a trade. Nico goes down as well, so let's see how this favors which team as far as the map control goes. And at the moment it looks like Vitality have really won out here because they still have apartments control. They've got banana control now as well. Plenty of options. For MSL, this is a perfect reaction. Goes looking for information and gets a pick as well. They know it's B. They're already rotating.
They won't get there fast enough to throw the flashes for their teammates, however, but Snappy is snapping the heads of Vitality at the moment. So he's got to take him out before this rotation comes through, before the cavalry comes in. Snappy just dancing, just wasting some time, just baiting him, making it worse and worse. Beautiful play from Snappy. He knew when to move around the barrels. He didn't fight to the death. He fought for the victory, which was not to fight. Allow his teammates to rotate, try and guarantee worst case scenario, a likely trade fragging situation. Beautiful stuff from him. He bought time for his team, and with that they won the round.
So far with Optic, we've seen success when they're trying to make moves and take over choke points, but above that is that they're playing together. They're peeking together, flashing, and exchanging kills. When Vitality is running them over, a lot of times Optics are in these odd spots where they're by themselves. They're in like these one-and-done angles, and it's not working for them. If you're not hitting your shots, these one-and-done angles will not work. You have to work together and bait each other.
Pistols for Vitality. Ding, but no dong. Config with 17 HP, and the fortunes of these two teams have quite turned around, haven't they? Vitality had money. They were in positions where even if they might lose a round, it was about pressure. Now that's all gone away. Now Optic are holding the cards, and Vitality are the short stack. They won't get that bonus money. They shoved all in, and they were called. Optic holding the aces, but they've still got some catching up to do.
Yeah, great resurgence from Optic, and again, it's really awesome because one thing I've enjoyed from them from the beginning of this match is that they've been really proactive. If they lose some, because the whole point of the T side when you take map control is to make it hard for the CTs to know where you're going, and often when we see a position where Vitality achieve this, Optic very quickly they make a play to find out what's happening. Either they peek down top mid or they try to creep into top banana, see what the teams are doing, then they respond with their rotations. And here we'll get a deep banana smoke coming in from Optic, and they'll quickly rotate Config back. And that's a smart move, considering especially that Vitality have shown in these instances that they like to go fast towards A when they lose banana like that. Ooh. Nice flick from MSL in the apartments as well. Oh, wow.
Timing's good.
Hello, and goodbye. And the bomb on the radar. Goes from bad to worse to disastrous for Vitality. More like fatality. As far as Optic are concerned, of course, Vitality will still lead at halftime, worst case scenario, but Optic are getting enough rounds on the board to really try and make something of this second half. And that's not what Vitality want. Advantages have come and gone. Alex only gets to 1 kill. MSL pops up. And there's one more round to win for Optic. The money is not ideal for Vitality. It mostly sucks. Only ZywOo has anything to shout about.
And it's cool because Optic have taken the initiative completely away from Vitality. If this T-side was going on longer, I'd like to see Vitality, if they had a 4-buy, challenge that deep banana smoke, or like take banana with a delay, like a full take with a delay, something like that, to take the initiative away from Optic, because they've been so good at finding it.
MSL on the hunt.
Oh
lovely
MSL.
stuff. Play with confidence.
Entry killer extreme.
There we go.
Guy's a monster right now.
That's what you want to see too.
He started off like 1-5 again this match.
Yeah.
Now he's lifting the team on his back.
He's doing what the AWPer should be doing. At this level of play, you can't be hold the gap AWPer and overly passive. You've got to force the issue, throw the other team off. Bodies falling out the sky. And Config is going to have so much comfort here. Great setup. And that's a great sort of rejuvenation of Optic in their CT side in the first half. We'll go to a quick break and we'll be back to see if Optic can continue the streak on the second half. Welcome back. It's the first map between Optic and Vitality. Didn't start off well for Optic, but they certainly finished the half well, and now they are on the T side. Vitality with a 4-man stack towards the B bomb site. They certainly are feeling it towards that B position. However, the bomb is not really committed anywhere just yet.
Ooh, this is going to be cheeky. Oh, they broke it.
Okay, good start for Vitality, although it's turning around. Refresh with 2, but he can't get a third. The bomb now is exposed. Cyber's got to fight to the death. He manages to do that. He's got a smoke. And I think there's a flank as well. NiKo announces his position. He's got a 1v1, but a Glock is not ideal range for this. Looking for other weapons and no USP to be found. Then he would have an even fight, a 1v1, which maybe he wants to take. If he is to win this round, then it's probably worth him taking that 1v1. But again, with the Glock, not ideal. He has a flashbang. Spotting one player towards the car. He knows there's got to be a trade fragger. Also, so much time has passed that you can see him fishing for it. There's a triple peek from Vitality. Beautiful stuff from them, and that is the pistol for Vitality. A 9-7. They start to extend their lead once again.
Man, if Optic held that setup for 10 more seconds, it'd probably been a way different round. Looked like they had a read on Vitality's pistol of the B push, but underestimated the timing of it. You think that you were so close, but so far away. Now again, Optic, Force Bind. We've seen this throughout the week. Force buys the second round, let's go. But only one smoke.
It's interesting, I think, how you might, if you go for a balcony burst, and let's say you go into the pit, how you might engage people across the other side of the A site with limited range, with pistols, and how you might use smoke grenades. But there are 2 people in the pit, so it probably won't even matter for this particular round as well. One above the pit in the balcony position. Oh, we've got RPK getting the smokes out. They're all lining up to eat bullets, to eat leads. Oh, boy. Lead poisoning, don't drink the water. 10 rounds of Vitality.
Very clean round from Vitality right there. I thought at least a couple of the players would be in trouble and at least get the bomb down from Optic. Good read, good pit setup. Vitality also prepared for that Hall explode. Seems like it's a really common second round strat, or if you're on a very low buy. Get in the pit, get in their face. Hopefully some magic will happen.
And now continue with those SMGs, just the one automatic rifle and the M4 on ZywOo. So we'll see some pressure towards banana position from the likes of Apex and Alex. And Apex will actually get pretty deep, which is actually really nice in rounds like this, because it's pretty favorable that they'll just stop this push dead. The combination of Alex and Apex. Apex will go wide for the peak though. And now he wants to go and get some more, and he will to get the bomb.
Ooh.
Pick up another one, making some money with that SMG. And he'll make this round. Oh, hello! They line up there in the crawl space, and that'll be that. 11-7 for Vitality. The AKs will be out again. We get an AWP from... No, okay, we won't get an AWP. Which is cool. It's fine. You like being very dynamic on this map. Part of the reason is because once you take map control, it's really nice to have that extra speed when you're trying to effectively outmaneuver the CTs after you've taken the information away from them.
Four-round lead. AKs are out. SMGs are bound for Vitality. They've got the big flashes ready, but they have taken Banana. 4 players towards B at the beginning. I love to see this. Can't do it every round, of course. Oh, Apex, he tries to make his way through. Oh no, this could be disastrous. Alex is going to get exploderized. Oh boy.
It's 30.
Dental records. All to identify where he is. 3 versus 5. That's so unfortunate for Vitality, but props to Optic for spraying at the right time and allowing themselves to get into this position in the first place. Now, can they capitalize on it? ZywOo, oh, beautiful. I was about to say, you might not check it immediately because he's playing an off angle there, but he only gets 1 kill out of it. He was looking for 2. He needed 2. Didn't happen, and that might be the round over.
Yeah, it's pretty explosive. And it's okay for Vitality, though, as they save so much cash. It's an okay round to lose.
Yeah, a bunch of submachine guns and guns left over from the anti-ecos. Not very common to put 4B like that. Usually you do see 3 push, be aggressive, but that 4th person provided with extra flash utility and whatnot. But Optic, they shut it down really well. Uh-oh. Config's dead. Is he? No, it's planted far, so I think he's good. So yeah, very good job in Optic to slow down spamming through the smoke. It's unfortunate for Vitality, they did get spammed. Apex did spam through the smoke and then bonked by an aid.
Yeah, I'm liking that teams mix up and have, the 4 bananas sometimes, just because if the Ts are finding more effective ways to sort of hold onto Banana and sort of weather all those nades and still push through it anyway. So if you have that extra nade set, it can sometimes, they'll think, oh, we're good to go here, but then an extra HE comes in, extra Molotov, and then it actually just dismantles the beginning of their rounds. See that smoke, MSL just dropped the super common there to deny the deep Molotovs. Nice double HE. Alex, triple HE, in fact. Alex down to 2. He's lucky to be alive. And I don't know if he's gonna be able to survive this round.
Not again.
So bold! My God, Apex! What is he doing? He's going straight in. He's done so much damage.
Wow.
No fear at all, just jumping straight in there into the lion's den. His head was chomped off.
Bloody hell, that's graphic.
I just picture that now.
I mean, what if children are listening, Dan?
Yeah,
it's fine.
Just shoot people with
children love animals. James.
Automatic rifles in a video game.
We'll make them into adults, early age adults. We are basically hormone injections.
How are we now?
We are verbal hormone supplements for children.
It sounds weird when you say that.
Mostly Dan.
Mostly Dan.
Definitely not me. I'm staying out of this.
Stop injecting the children.
Stop injecting children.
Optic moving to split the A bomb site. ZywOo will be very key, but so will Alex. Has he got the right angle? Oh, he's looking at chairs. Why is he looking at chairs? Wanting to elevate his position. The distraction has collapsed the round. Optic have found themselves in a black hole. If you believe in space, of course. Config with 9 HP. He's got 10 seconds to try and plant this bomb. They're going to creep on him. He's going to get crept on.
That was a weird round by Optic there in that 3-on-2 situation. I mean, they still had utility on the players. I saw a smoke in one of the players' hand, but they decided to go for that contact lurk, not to give away the positions. But in a 3-on-2 situation, 20 seconds left, maybe it's better. It's okay to throw smoke, give away your position as long as you guys are together or in a position to exchange each other's kills, and as you get dismantled by that crossfire from Vitality. Maybe just keep it simple, you know? You had 2 people rapping and it's meant to be everything weird.
Good damage there from Apex before he goes down. There's so much play here on Banana at the beginning of these rounds between these 2 teams. Sometimes what happens is you'll see one team be like, okay, well, you're dumping all your utility at the beginning of the round on Banana. Well, we'll just wait and we'll retake it, and then we'll end up having it and have, you know, used our utility more effectively ultimately than you. But it hasn't happened just yet. Both teams still like contesting it heavily. This is entrusting ZywOo with a lot of responsibility here to play this deep and to cheat a player over towards A. Big risks have been taken. ZywOo has to deliver for his team. He picks up the first kill. Another rotation comes in, but ZywOo must survive. He's got to hold on to some position. That's a beautiful incendiary.
It would almost have been perfect if it hit that corner, but it stops the bomb plant, slows down Optic. I like it.
Beautiful. Vitality. They just, looks like they've done so much work, just the little things, so many little things that you don't see from many teams. And so they delay enough to get themselves a man advantage. Refresh trying to make some plays, but Vitality managed to spot him first. Config on the site. Got to pick the right time. So many targets. He's on his own. NiKo trying to help some spray for NBK, but there are so many targets. Can't quite do the job. NiKo's still alive, however. They'll try to stop him. So many targets. But he won't get a fatal shot. 3 players low, but the round is with Vitality.
Was Refresh, did he get hit, or like 2 nades landed on him that did no damage? Right? Did anyone else see that? Because then that's when you were crediting how good their grenades were, James, Vitality's. But I'm pretty sure like he was sitting on that coffin or whatever planting, and 2 nades just landed on him and did nothing.
Sometimes you hide behind a pebble.
Oh, they went in pool, I think Connor was saying.
Yeah, 1 went in pool.
Oh, 1 went in pool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Molotov was awesome, though.
It's a good
Yes,
one.
it was really awesome. And it also makes more sense that, you know, the way the fact that Vitality, okay, normally you will make a play like that where you have a 1-3 setup when you have, if you have 4 players left. If you have your AWPer as deep as the half wall at the very least, because you have banana control. But they didn't have banana control and they still went for it. And the whole point is that you want to be able to buy time for the rotation. And that incendiary is actually kind of the difference, in that the Teeth throw all their Molotov, their smokes, their remaining smokes in, then they don't have any smokes left, and they just have to wait out that molly. And so that effectively does the job as well, and he gets a pick. So I like that that's a new take on how to create the delay there, but in giving up the site. Oh, Apex, is he? How bloodthirsty is he? ZywOo is so good with that AWP. Apex going deep. It does get a decon to himself through the wall. ZywOo finishes it off. He doesn't really miss. It's very rare. Good nade damage as well. And we'll get Snappy creeping through the balcony. Optic in trouble.
Bosch. Such is the nature of moving to an AWP, holding an angle, even if they eat the flashbang. They'll often fire the shot. If you're too fast, you may die anyway. Config has the bomb. He has a chance at a 1v1, although will he go for a player spotting? Look how he's staying to the right of the wall. He's not going too far. Now he's looking for the jump, but he doesn't hit the shot. And Alex can fall back. He was towards B. Alone. But he has a smoke grenade, so they don't need to go crazy. Try and make a play. I think he might... Okay, I thought the flash might have got stuck behind the wall. Either way, Config stuck behind the smoke. A 3rd player rotating, as NBK is in such a forward position that if Config did rotate towards A, there might be time to put another player back towards that A side. Creeping through, Alex on the fountain, and it will be 14 rounds for Vitality.
Oh, wow. Yeah, some of these rounds have been pretty contested, I feel like. But, yeah, you're right. Vitality, they've only conceded 1 round on the second half. Only 1 gun round lost in the second half. And Optic, they are in so much trouble. They're going to concede game point here to be able to have a full buy. So the half buy comes in instead of 2 force buys. So they can have 1 more big gun round and try to contest for that over time. But maybe they win this run. You never know. They're going to go for a fast timing towards A. Vitality only have 2 on A at this point.
Creeping through Boiler. Flashes either side of top mid. A unique burst to the ones you normally see into the top mid position. We've got Flames, we've got bullets, and the bullets will prevail for the most part. NBK tries to get his reload on. Oh, there's maybe a chance to plant the bomb. Just about refresh, 13 HP. He's got to find his kill though, but he's not going to be able to do much more in this round. There was a second player there, and that will be that. Game point for Vitality, 15-8 in the first map of this best-of-3 series.
Vitality looking really good on their angles, and I mean, for a lot of the rounds, they're just out shooting Optic. As simple as that. Optic has to come up with something that they were able to minimize being out aimed so hard. Maybe more grouped up kind of contact plays, but ZywOo, he's just picking them off almost every round. He gets the entry kill. You see ZywOo's gonna try to get one at B. He does get MSL. That does not look too good.
Good nades coming in though from Optic. Well, the response is pretty stellar as well. I love how much better everyone is with HEs at the top level. It's just so good to see, because we were there in the years where it was the first 2 years no one knew how to use Molotovs, right? And then the same thing like with smokes, that got more complicated, and HEs were like the last piece, you know, which now we really see a lot of value from. Even though they are finicky and you have to land them perfectly to do damage, people are figuring it out. And
I'm a double flash kind of guy.
Yeah.
That's what I've been lately, just 2 flashes. So I'm usually the ones trying to pop flash everything in pugs for everybody. Cause not help out my teammates, help out my team.
We're few and far between, Eric. People like us.
Very few.
What do you mean, you people? Optic moving into the BE bomb site. Is this the end of the line for them on Inferno? Apex flash through, but he can't quite hit the mark. Trying to retreat through the smoke again, maybe, but he's unable to do so, and the bomb site has been taken by Optic. They can get their post-plant setups. They've got a smoke, which is just going towards CT, I do believe. Snappy with a common angle. Looked for by NBK, but not dealt with. That's a beautiful second headshot from him. And that's going to be that. ZywOo forced to move away. Plenty of money, but he'll have to spread the wealth with the players who are shorter, like RPK and NBK. Shorter on money, not in real life.
Short stacks.
It's a lovely knife. I have one of those.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you open it or did you buy it?
I opened it.
Oh.
I opened it.
What case?
And then, no, I was drunk in Azerbaijan, lying on the floor of my hotel room in my underwear, on a Mac laptop, opening cases. I opened one of those, and then 10 minutes later, I opened another one.
Oh my goodness. I just opened a knife a month ago.
So you opened that one, and you weren't like, this is a good point to stop. I'll definitely get more.
Did you hear where he is? He was laying on the floor in his underwear. He's not at a rational point in that time of day.
Do you know what? You know what happened? I was sharing a room with F-Word, Street Fighter commentator, and he came in and slapped me on the arse and said, I didn't see no arse like that in the club. Anyway, Vitality is still at game point. Optic charging up the banana position through the smoke, through the flashes. This really has been a definition of war of attrition on banana. And hey, 3 kills for Apex in about 1 second. Double nades as well. It's violent, but the site is with Optic for now.
All right, because this is so fast, the retakers of Vitality have all the utility in the world, but the trade has to come in. It does. P250 there for ZywOo. Not sure why he hit a P250, but who knows? Who cares? He gets the frag, and he upgrades to an AK-47. And he finds all the nades on the ground here to be able to help him shimmy his way forwards to get onto this defuse. Konfig's on 9 HP, a single bullet would do it, but Konfig has the element surprise, perfect timing, and that's going to be that. 10 to 15, and Optic not out of this just yet, as Vitality need to half. Ooh, actually, Zone's got some... They could go for the full buy, actually.
Yeah, look at that damage. Just nades. Good setup from Vitality to hold the initial attack by Optic. Fortunately, that kill by Refresh was actually a huge kill. Able to bring it to a 1-on-1. And now, Zyru looks like he's just going to buy, and a little force, a little half force by Vitality. They have some rounds to work with.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like this.
Anticipating Molotov, maybe?
There's a world where he could have gone Glass Cannon AWP as well. And still had enough. Because I think he had, what, $8,000 or something like that, so... Would have had enough money still.
That flashbang is awesome because if someone's standing in that corner, you'll hear the collision. So there's no collision, they don't need to check it, they can focus on the other side.
Sound cues, very important.
Yeah, simple stuff. That's what I like to... If you look at like a get right outside cache B, and the grenades he normally throws, I like to throw a HE behind the box for the same reason. They peek before the flash goes off, but there will be an exchange of frags. Alex and Apex looking to capitalize on what has been done, but that won't happen for Alex at the very least, and Apex is over towards B. So he might be able to pick up a weapon at the very least, but it looks like Konfig will stay in position to cover these weapons. Smart stuff. Okay, he's going to move to the site. I don't know if... Oh, he's got the bomb. I don't know if the guns were disposed of. No, they're still there. They are still there. Apex makes his way up. It will be a long journey for him, but if he has a look towards top mid, where all those X's are, he may just find himself a toy or two.
A Toyota?
That's another thing I like about this HUD as well. Not only that it zooms in on the radar, but you see the where people died.
Yeah.
It's actually awesome. And I don't know that there's any other ones which use this.
We need an Easter egg where it's noughts and crosses.
How would that work exactly?
Have you played noughts and crosses before?
Yeah, I have. But
some are noughts and some are crosses.
Okay, so like CTs are noughts and Ts are crosses.
Maybe.
Or something.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the only way to.
Yeah.
Really cool way to do it. Okay. Oh, the timing slightly off there. Vitality. Here we go into round 27, and the full buy can come in for Vitality. Zoe has an AWP, and they have full nades pretty much too. Anyone have a kit? No. They sacrificed the kits.
Wait, why doesn't Apex have a kit? How much money does Apex have? 4,000. There's no kit. Is that right?
Yep.
That makes me upset.
Yep. MPK will defend Boiler. Oh my god, he's getting so much done towards top mid. There's the trade. RPK drops the bomber. And now it's up to Snappy in the 1 versus 3. RPK is weak, but actually it looks like they've completely given up position around the bomb, which is fine. Don't want to... Well, never mind. Apex gets the headshot, 16 to 11. Vitality for the dominant performance. Optic has some good showings here, I think it's fair to say, after a slow start. But ultimately, the French looking very sharp.
Yeah, Optics, with that slow start, it was just too hard. You need probably a little more rounds on the CT side. And Optic, one of the big holes in their game plan is they're playing a lot of these individual kind of spots on the CT side, and they got ran over too many times by Vitality. If your aim's not on, you have to kind of change up your game plan, play more stacks, more crossfires, more bait setups, something where you're using your teammates, you're working together instead of these kind of, as I said before, one and done spots that Optic just got abused by Vitality.
Marvelous stuff from Vitality. I have to say though, for both teams, I really enjoyed the exchange in the second half on Banana at the beginning of the run. It was just really awesome to watch how it went back and forth, the battles, the carnage, the attrition, the losses, just how much it cost both teams. It was super awesome indeed. Just want to end with thank you for bearing with us with the sound issues at the beginning. There was some kind of encoder Gremlin, which was sorted out, exterminated, and we are back to your regular scheduled program of absolute madness.
Indeed, Vitality looking like they're off to a good start here, but it could all change around because it is Counter-Strike after all. We will be moving to Overpass next between these two teams, unless I am mistaken.
It's Overpass, yeah.
Thank you for the confirmation. And we'll see you guys.
What you could do, Dan, is you could write it on the piece of paper that you're holding.
No, I don't want to write on this.
And then you'd know for sure that was definitely that bad.
I don't want to write on this though.
Okay. He just wants to hold the paper.
I was like holding.
He wants to keep it pretty OCD, Dan.
Yeah.
I want to hold the paper, but I don't want to desecrate it with a Byrane.
He's working on his memory.
Absolutely. It's not going so well so far. But we'll see you guys after the break for Overpass between these two teams. Stay with us.